here's the thing. What we all understood with all of my friends or everybody else that I ever worked with or everybody who I ever looked up to is that the key to anything that you do is a kind of discipline that you have to have. Mm-hmm. And as far as I'm concerned, what you are doing with your bodybuilding is...
Well, it's not exactly bodybuilding.
How would you call it then?
Just
exercises then?
Yeah, exercises. Because I don't know, there might be different definitions of bodybuilding, but for me, bodybuilding is when you're actually planning on entering a competition, when you're actually working on going on stage, which I'm not doing.
Okay.
And I won't.
No, well, okay. Well, it is something I found, because I find it fascinating because I tried. I honestly did. And I usually have the discipline. I had the discipline to build this, the studio behind you, other studios.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't have the discipline to do that, I guess.
You don't know, and I think what you do is actually harder in a sense, because everything in your body, even during you're doing it, I think says you to stop. And I don't know how you overcome that, and it's fascinating to me. You don't have that really voice in your head that says that you shouldn't. Let's just stay in bed.
No. Well, that depends on the days. There are days where you're less motivated to do something, but I guess that works for everything, not only sports.
I don't know, but I always had the idea that, especially because it made such a controversy that you asked this question, and simultaneously you did something that I don't think that I wasn't able to even get close to mastering. I mean, the physical world to me is like it's a way more complicated thing to like I said yesterday, like about dancing. It's like I thought that no, it's gonna be like this, sure. Mm-hmm. No, not really. And I had to realize it on the practice, and this is exactly what happened. So, well, let me tell you something. As I was growing up, my biggest icon, like I think for many people in my generation, icon was Schwarzenegger, like the bodybuilding icon. Oh yeah. Well,
I think it's pretty impressive. I mean, he got far. He got real fucking far.
I mean,
for a bodybuilder,
well, yeah. If you want to think it like as a bodybuilder, he has gotten farther than anybody he started at the same time with, and then he decided to attack another career, maxed it out, despite the fact this is Bill Burr's bit, but despite the fact that he wasn't able to even pronounce words properly, so he became one of the biggest actors.
Austrian accent.
Oh yeah,
that's
thick Austrian accent, and then he was like,
so funny. He's always subtitled on his videos, like on Instagram or Facebook or anywhere.
The older he gets, the more you need it, I think. And I still think he's a very good example of how to be extremely disciplined and stay hungry. And there's a lot of stuff that we should listen him to. And honestly, I think there's a lot of stuff that you can actually learn from him. And I did. Mm-hmm. It's just I don't have that kind of discipline physically. It's just horrifyingly. I'm bored during.
Yeah, well.
And yeah.
Don't you think discipline starts mentally?
Definitely.
I would describe it as something that goes on in your mind. If your mind doesn't...
Oh, it's fine. if it
doesn't align with what your body does, you're just doing it halfway. Well, good or halfway bad or...
Yeah, that's for sure.
At least, for sure, not 100%.
But I think in this regard, I'm way less disciplined than you are, which means that, which brings me to my partial response to you is that I think you already have the key ingredient. You actually do it, and finding out the direction is like we talked about it yesterday is gonna be only about how much energy you actually put into the subject, like focused, like how much practically how much you work on it, and I think it's gonna work out just fine.